Hello, witches.
Hello, witches.
And welcome to Thursday Night Live at 8. I am your host, Aurora Moon, and I've got my sidekick here with me.
What?
The hoot to my holler.
That's
She
right.
hasn't been on for a while, but I'm glad to have her with us tonight. Especially for tonight, because tonight I'm doing quite the spell. We are doing Call Our Power Back to Ourselves. And this is actually going to be a 4-part candle spell. It's not a long or necessarily a long spell, but the steps are going to take a little bit of time. So it's not just your typical one candle type spell that I usually do, which are always nice. And they're just as effective as the 4 candle ones, guys. Okay. Just so you know, it's all about your intentions. But this one is a different step. I'm putting different steps into this to let go, release, trust the process, and to bring back the witch that we're meant to be. Whether or not you're a practicing witch, whether or not you're a witch in the closet, it doesn't matter. However you want to identify yourself with. I don't like labels myself. I just call myself a witch, or at least a gray witch, because I will dabble in the both white and dark of magic, because that's what life is. It's all about balance, and it's all about the ups and the downs, right? So in order to be able to embrace your full self, which is part of the demon and the angel, um it's a nice way to learn how to empower yourself and to bring yourself back into your own energy, that and to claim it, not just live it, but to really claim it, feel it. And that runs through our blood. And we want that. And I'm hoping to get that with you guys with this spell. That's how I've created it. So I'm going to, as you can see, I've kind of took a little bit further to do this process. I've got my 4 candles out for my sides, that I represent my sides. Okay, these are a little off just because I have different things in different areas, but I will go through the ritual, as well as doing our candle magic, which is each one is going to be inscribed. Now, if you haven't been on my Facebook page recently, or if you have, you would notice that I always put my spells, any type of spell work that we're doing here on a Thursday night. I always make sure that I list the ingredients, or these anything that you need for your spell work. And if you don't have that, don't ever worry about that. It's all, like I said, it's all about yourself, all about the intention, and you can get that just by visualizing. But this is the process I've decided to do. I'm going to show you how to do it fully from beginning to end. And let's get started. Okay. Now, you would notice on or I'm not sure actually if I don't know if I wrote it down in the event page, but if I did write it down, I think I did. I don't have, my memory is not good right now, but I would have told you to, we're going to inscribe each candle. If I didn't, my apologies. I meant to, but you're going to take, we're going to do red, orange, and yellow and white candles tonight. Okay. Your red candle, if you have, you're going to inscribe it with I release. Okay. Your orange candle is going to be I trust. Your yellow candle is going to be I am power. And the white candle is going to be thank you. We're going to get started. If you haven't cleansed your space, please do so. Cleanse yourself. We've kind of already done that. We've kind of already done that. Okay. You cleanse all your tools that you've used. If you haven't, do it, please. I've already done most of this. Actually, I always do it ahead of time. Okay, so what we're going to do first is going to make sure that we're all grounded. I'm going to light my first candle, and I'm going to call upon the 4 directions and the 4 elements to open our circle as a consecrated place of love, healing, and spiritual guidance. May East and Air share their knowledge of all beginnings. Oh, be careful with your lighters, guys. Okay, may north and earth, this is my north, north and earth share their knowledge of all stabilizing influences. May south and fire share their knowledge of all changes. And may west and water share their knowledge of all endings.
You don't have to have the candles specifically in north, east, southwest if you have space that doesn't allow it.
Exactly.
You can put it wherever you want, technically. It really doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
But if you feel more empowered to do it, then yes, then it's, I wouldn't say better, but it's a good idea to put it in the proper ways. But some places you can't.
Yeah.
So it's not a big deal.
Sometimes if I'm sitting down and doing it in this formation, I can. If I'm doing it actually in my space, I can't. So it's easier for me to just call it out as I'm just going through my circle of like my space, okay? So don't worry about that, guys, okay? Don't stress, please. Okay, so now I'm going to say, because I've already called in my goddess, or I'm going to call in my goddess, my apologies. Goddess, the mother of all, protects me. God, the father of all, defends me. I am always safe. I am never alone. I call upon the angelic guardians, and I call upon all spirits, and I call upon all forces for good to enter our circle of white light and divine inspiration. May my higher self transmit to me the knowledge I am ready to receive and the wisdom to make the best use of it.
You can call in any god or goddess or ancestors or any angelic, whatever you're into. It doesn't really matter.
No.
We just prefer to do it this way.
And if you are looking for something that has a little bit more structure and you want to follow this, by all means. If you don't, do it your way. There's no right or wrong, guys. Please don't let anybody tell you that.
It's like a template, basically.
Yeah.
So you can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So next, what we're going to do is I've got my red candle with the word I release lit, and we're going to light it. As I light it, I'm going to say, I release all past karmas, traumas, debts, and pains that are of negative or low vibration, that are not of my best or highest intentions. They are no longer needed and no longer need my attachment. I am done. And visualize being done. You can visualize yourself cutting cords if you wish.
So we can repeat that just so that you understand.
Yep.
In case you didn't catch it. I release all past karmas, traumas, debts, and pains that are of negative or low vibration, that are not of my highest intentions. They no longer need my attachment. I am done.
I want you to feel that. You can visualize with your candle. You can visualize your cords being cut. You can visualize being done. But you want to see yourself ridding yourself of all past karmic debts, negative attachments, whatever you need to do. Cord cutting ritual is always great for this. Just visualize yourself with the cord, or sorry, with the a cutting tool of your choice and cut your cords. There's no rush to this. Take your time. Make sure you feel that all your past karmic debts are released. There is no need for your attachment. They are done. When you are ready, we're going to move on to the orange candle, which is going to be inscribed, I trust. I'm going to light. Trying to get it on the name. There we go. Okay, and you're going to say, I trust my thoughts and feelings and give them room for creative expression. I trust my thoughts and feelings and give them room for creative expression. At this time, you're going to visualize how that might look to you.
And this is the hardest part, is
Mm-hmm.
trusting. It's one thing, it's hard to release and to let go, but it's also hard to trust. So you have to be able to actually trust that it's going to happen.
Surrendering to what might just come instead of wishing it or trying to manipulate it is very hard to put down and just let that abundance, that love, that creative expression, however you see your life, what you want to see yourself as. You're visualizing yourself as this new person breaking free from all of what's limiting you to seeing yourself in your higher power. As that one's going, we're now going to light our yellow candle. Don't worry, this is all working together with each other, okay? You do not have to let one burn as before the other one burns, okay? These all can be lit consecutively, like what we're doing. Now we're lighting the yellow candle. This is our power candle that says, I am power. And now we're going to say, winds of magic, current tides, gather my essence and be my guide. From every corner, from land and sea, return my power back to me. Recite it again. Would you like to do it?
Okay. Winds of magic, currents wide, gather my essence and be my guide. From every corner, from land and sea, return my power back to me.
We're going to feel this, or we're going to stay in this energy for a little longer. We've got the red candle burning as you're releasing anything that's attached, anything that you brought in from past lifetimes into this lifetime. You're done with it. Whatever happened in those in the past, whether or not it was this lifetime, past lifetimes, whatever bad luck or bad energy or negative whatever that you feel has been following you, you're done. It stops here and it stops now. You are owning and taking back your power. It no longer owns you. See yourself, if you need to, taking something back. If you see somebody taking something from you, if you feel that you need to go up to someone and take that power back, see yourself as doing as such. It might be a father, it might be a mother, it might be a friend, it might be a coworker, it might be a boss, whoever it is that you feel that you've lost your power to. It might be multiple people. But whoever it is, whatever it is, if you felt that bad luck follows you or chases you around, you're done with it. You're not carrying it forward. And you've got to own that shit. And by owning that shit, you're saying you're done. You're releasing it. It's not yours. You don't need to carry it. And you have to believe it. You've got to believe that you are worthy of it. You've got to believe that this is for you. You've got to believe that everything is in order, divine, perfect order. And in order to do that, you have to trust. You have to trust the process. You have to trust that everything is in alignment, that everything that might have been in your past was here for a lesson and lesson learned, and it's done. You might have felt like everything was taken. Take it back. We are not there anymore. Witches, own it. It's yours. Nobody can take it from you anymore. And however you need to see taking that power back, if you feel that you need to visually see yourself taking something from somebody, please do so. Nobody can speak to how you're feeling, where you felt you lost your power, but you've got to be able to recognize where your power was lost in order to go and take it back.
And there's no competition either
No,
or comparing, because
no,
if one person is drowning and they're 5 feet deep and another person is drowning and they're only 2 feet deep, it doesn't matter. They're drowning.
they're both drowning.
So either way.
And one person might not realize, maybe one didn't know how to swim.
Yep.
And the other person, is too short that they've lost their breath, whatever it is. But take that back. It is, you're done.
We are in total control of ourselves.
That's what it means to be a witch. Is that we are here. We doing this is to bring us exactly what we're looking for. And there's nothing wrong with putting your power in to your witchcraft, into your spell work. Whether or not it's a ritual, whether or not it's however you want to look at it. There's so many different ways you can look at this.
And sometimes you might get wrapped up in the moment of negative thinking. And I say this because it's happened to me. And you forget that, oh, right, I'm in control.
Yeah.
And there are ways to combat it and to face it and trust that it's going to turn out better. There are spells. We can do anything. We can do whatever we want.
You got to put your mind to it, though. You can't just sit back and wait for it to come. You've got to. We hold the magic. Our magic is within. It has nothing to do with what's in front of us. We hold that magic. So what are you going to do to get it back? This is what we're doing. We're taking it back. We're releasing, we're trusting, and we're owning our power. We're understanding that we are power.
We got this.
We got this.
We got this.
So the last step, and I'm getting
Just
shivers.
My tattoo says, "We got this."
Okay, our last step, and I've been getting goosebumps through this whole process. Okay.
Yep.
So the last step is that we're going to light our white candle, and this one's inscribed as "Thank you," because this now forms our complete circle of releasing, trusting, I am power, and thank you. Thank you to our ancestors. Thank you to our guides. Thank you to our gods and goddesses, whoever we called in this moment to be part of this ritual with us. We are thanking them for showing us the way, for their love, their support, their guidance, their protection. We are showing all of that in with this.
So we're not completely alone. We might sometimes feel that way, but we aren't. We have to thank our guides and whoever it is that we look up to, because although we're taking the step, which is what we should be doing, our guides are also helping us because they see us take the step.
They're the one that's giving you the nudge.
Yeah.
They're the one giving you the nudge. That nudge that you feel, that pull that says you should be doing something. We've all followed our guidance. We've all ignored our guidance. We've all felt that nudge.
Mm-hmm.
We've all regretted not following our guidance.
The intuition.
Yeah. And you know what I'm talking about, guys. So when you're following your guidance, when you feel fully empowered and you're actually following your guidance, you can accomplish anything, because you'll see the signs. And if you're watching the signs, if you're seeing the signs, if you're paying attention, but if you're stuck in that negative mindset, you're not going to see any of it. You're not going to be grateful for what you're seeing in front of you, because it's going to be too hard to see amongst the clouds. And it's fine. There's going to be times that you're going to do that. But this is a spell in order to show you that you can take back your power and take back your control. And this is a way of doing it, is honoring yourself, honoring the process. These candles to me are to represent, the red is to represent the passion that I carry, the passion that I carry for what I do. The orange is the creative expression, the way that I need to express myself as a person, as a woman, as an empowered woman. The yellow is to represent my sunny outlook on things, my self-empowerment, my confidence, and all three of them work in conjunction together. That's why I picked those colors, because those are the three bottom chakra areas that are the hardest to work through. Your root chakra, your sacral chakra works up to your solar plex chakra. And all that is building up that Kundalini energy of feeling that expression. And you're not going to feel this unless you do the work. Okay. So, and part of that is doing your meditation. Part of that is be able to honor yourself in doing something like this for yourself. Understanding that power, or words create, thoughts create, action creates things getting done. But you can't do it without that nudge. That nudge is your intuition saying, hey, how about this? And if you're not doing anything, that's the fear. That's the fear that's talking to you, trying to get in the back of your head, saying that you're not good enough, you're not worthy enough. What are you doing? What are you talking about? Why are you bothering doing this? Can't do it unless you take a step forward. And this can sometimes help. You do what you need to do to make you feel empowered and feel like you can be back to yourself without having to justify or validate anything. It's an amazing energy.
It is.
I feel it in my gut. I feel it in my root, my sacral, and my solar plex. I know what that feels like for me. And I focus on that energy of it. While I'm honoring my candles and knowing what they represent to me. You can take as long as you want doing this spell. You do not need to go fast. You don't need to go slow. You can do it with just, you don't need to do it with chime candles. You can do it with your tea light candles. And if you don't have any of colors, you can also use something that represents those colors. Red being like rose for red. You might pick,
You can also do fruit. You can put a white candle in an orange, a white candle in an apple, a white candle in a lemon.
Oh goodness, yes, absolutely.
Anything like that, and it's a perfect candle holder.
Yeah, absolutely.
And sometimes what I've done too is I've used an orange or an apple, and I've written exactly what my intentions are, what I want, what I feel, and all that, and I put it in there with it, so that when it burns down with it.
Right. Well,
that's an option.
Yeah, and you can take that a step further. Exactly what Athene said. You can write down as you're waiting for your candles to melt down. If you're not one for visualizing, but you like to write down your feelings, write down what you want, write down what you want to release. I release this.
Write a letter to yourself.
Yes. These are perfect ways to incorporate this spell in with something that is yours.
Or write a letter to your trauma.
Yeah.
And say what you think of it.
Yeah.
And where it can go.
And let it go. And just say I'm well, it's part of shadow work.
And where it can go.
Yeah. Don't be afraid of doing the shadow work. The shadow work is your balance.
Yeah.
Your shadow work is your balance. You've got your your spiritual self, and then when you work with your shadow self, those are the negative aspects. We all have a negative aspect of ourselves. We are not born of pure light. We're not, because we are born to learn these lessons in life. So the best way to learn these lessons in life is to actually embrace that darkness that's within. And there's nothing wrong with it. Love that darkness within.
That's what balances you.
Yes. Your yin to your yang, your male to your female, your masculine to your feminine. However you want to see it, God to your goddess. There's a balance, because without one, the other would be lost. There's not, it wouldn't exist. You can't know light without knowing what dark is.
Yep.
And your gods and goddesses, your deities, your angels, whoever you're working with, I started off with angels. That's what I started off with. I've now moved on to deities, but I let them come to me. I went through angels, then it was my guides, then it was my ancestors, and then it was deities. And yours might come in a different order, or they might not show up for a long time, or you might not think that. Meditate. Allow yourself to go there. Allow yourself to write your thoughts out. You'll be amazed at what you start to hear. That's your power. That's your intuition. That's your inner thought, your inner power that's guiding you to something. If you're in debt on something and you're wondering how to get out, ask yourself. It sounds funny, but ask yourself, what should I do? And then listen for the answer.
And be honest about it. And you'd be surprised too what the answer comes in as. You got to be open-minded.
Yes.
Because you might be thinking, oh, hopefully I'll get a government check or something. But then all of a sudden something random will happen. You'll be like, wait, what? Because it's not expected. And most times it's not going to be expected.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to keep yourself open to any possibilities. It might not even come in a monetary form.
Yeah.
It might come in something else. Like, for example, you're struggling with groceries and somebody comes over and drops off a thing of milk or something. It might not be much, but it might be a lot to that person.
Yeah.
And that's not monetary, but it's a help.
Right. And you can't put a price on that.
No.
You can't put a price on that. So don't put an expectation, or don't put a limit as to what or how abundance or whatever it is that you're manifesting into your life, how it's going to come. Because maybe you're shutting down the way it's coming because you think it should come into a form of a certain way. And be very specific. Not ask for money and then have it show up as monopoly money, because that happened to me. It literally did.
Literally.
And it was funny because I got the hint very, very loud and clear. Oh, right. I wasn't specific enough. But you can laugh at those little things and say, okay, now I need to be a little bit more specific. But you learn from those little mistakes. You learn from those little things that you do that you go, oh, you roll your eyes and go, oh, but when you start doing that and you start seeing the abundance and you start seeing it in forms that you weren't expecting, then you start to notice it a lot more. And then that abundance comes into you threefold, constantly.
And when you write down those, just back to when you're writing down any negative traumas or whatever negativity that you want to write down, after you write it down, burn it.
Yes, yes.
And then you'll have a visualization. Can't speak. Visualization of it being done. It's burned up. It's gone.
It's gone.
And that sometimes, for those who are visuals, that's how I am. I like to burn it.
I prefer burning as well.
Because then you can actually see it gone and believe it.
Yes.
Whereas if you write it and you keep it and it's like, oh, it's still sitting there and I still see it.
Yes. It's kind of a form of completion.
Yeah.
That's how I find. Like if I went down the drain or went down the river or whatever, I would be in the back of my head, did somebody stop it?
Right.
Did somebody do this? Did somebody, I would be driving myself crazy wondering where it is. Yeah, is there a fish reading this? I would be paranoid wondering if somebody was doing. I prefer to burn. That's why I prefer my candles.
Then it's
because
done.
it's done, you know it's done. And it's also a great meditation tool, guys. It's a great way to focus. It's a great way to connect. It's a great way to just, especially if you add essential oils. I did not do that with this time. But you can, if you feel guided to, you, like I said, you could use rose for the red candle, whatever for the orange. It doesn't, orange for the orange, lemon for the yellow, like it doesn't matter. Jasmine for the white, whatever you feel guided to. There's no right or wrong.
And you can also read what you burnt. Like in the sense, like for example, you can read your candle wax.
Yes.
And
Oh
it's the
yes.
same kind of concept, right?
Yes.
When it's done, you can still read it and see what you get out of it. And you'd be surprised, actually.
Oh yeah.
Like the candles, when you're going to read these candles, you'll see that the flame is pretty high. You probably can't tell because it's on top.
Right.
But from our angle, the candle is actually really pretty tall. And like the flame. And that's how you know there's a lot of energy in it, which is a good thing. It means it's working.
Right.
So sometimes even just taking it that step further, for that reassurance that you're doing the right thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would wait till all the candles are complete. In this instance, I would. So make sure that you stay with your candles. Now,
Pick the right candles. Don't use votives.
Yes.
I made that mistake 6 hours later.
Yes.
No. So yeah, just get candles like
either
birthday
chime
candles or chime candles.
Yeah.
Like
Chime candles last about half an hour to an hour, depending on if there's oils and stuff. I've had my chime candles burn within minutes.
Mhm.
And then I've had
Depending
my
on
time,
the spell.
depending on the
spells
spell.
are like woo.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like instant, right?
Yeah.
This one, the flames are very steady. They're very
Yeah.
high. That tells me there's a lot of energy. That tells me that
Yeah.
it's very balanced, very steady. You know, if one was all over the place and the others weren't, I'd be looking at that specific candles to see what the difference was. Sometimes they dance for you. Sometimes you can see emotion. Sometimes you can see things in it. Take pictures if you wish about your candles, if they're doing that,
Or video it.
yeah, you'll be
That's what I
amazed
do.
at what you can catch afterwards. And sometimes it's amazing what I catch even in my videos, that I've had things going by, or the energies that I feel when I'm doing a spell. It's amazing. Sometimes I'm
This time's
extremely
been
hot.
actually not too bad, it's kind of weird because usually when I was on the lives more often, there was always a little girl that was always hanging onto my arm here. Every time.
Mm.
Every time.
And I have my guides. I always
But
have
right
an ancestor
now,
behind me.
I don't find anything. It's
I
pretty good,
have somebody
find.
behind me.
Yeah.
I can feel it behind me, but they've
But
been
so
here
far,
since
so
I
good.
started.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll go back on my videos and I'll watch them just to see if I catch anything, because I'm not paying attention to what's behind me. Because I've had it happen before.
But it's a good thing. It's not bad negativity.
No,
like that we're picking up on around us or anything like that, because we do a lot of cleansing in here and everything. So, and we've done the thing where you see what it is and stuff, but that didn't even make sense, the video thing.
Oh,
and that's how
like,
we saw
what are you talking about.
That's how we saw the little girl here.
Oh yes, yes.
But I can see spirits, so that makes a difference.
Yes.
But
where
yeah,
I
there's
feel
always
them.
a little girl that's always she's always hanging on to my arm. It's
Yeah,
like
you're
she's
right.
just chilling
Your right
with me.
side.
She's
Your
hanging
right
here.
side, where I
Yeah.
have my ancestor behind me
But
on my
she's
left.
not here today, so
yeah, I don't feel her.
no,
I
not
feel
at all.
somebody behind me though right now.
But anyways, yeah. Way off topic. Switch conversation.
I know.
Tamara, listen here, Tamara, for the love of. I love you. Everyone loves you. There's not one person that talks negative about you ever. For the love of Tamara. Now listen, everyone loves you. So.
Oh my God, it's
and
so
Donna,
great to
good
see
choice
you guys
on the candles, birthday candles. Yeah, that's what I like to use. But it's nice to see everybody here. Take care. Nice to see. I don't know who you are, like name wise, but hi.
Yeah, hi.
You're new. Donna, and
I can't see
there was
everybody.
someone else that was Ryder, which is Kathy, and Sherry. Obviously,
Oh,
Sherry's here
nice.
like faithfully, like an hour before.
Oh my God,
She's
Sherry,
always
I love your
faithful.
Sherry, I love your dedication.
I feel pressured, just like, oh, she's on already, and it's like another hour to go. I'm like, oh, I should be on now. But
But
no,
you know
it's
what,
good you're on.
guys? And if you're new here to the channel, please by all means say hi. Everybody's
Mm-hmm.
very, very friendly. You can join us on the Facebook group, same name, the Witches of Eastview Spiritual Empowerment Group on Facebook. That's where I post all the events coming up. Next week, what do we have going on next week? I'm trying to remember. Oh, karma.
Yes.
The karma knot spell. We're getting it.
Get
We've had a
fast.
few requests to do a couple of more gray stuff. So we're going to venture out.
We're going to the dark side.
We're going to the dark side. This is to help those people who do look for that stuff. If you're not one of those people, by all means, don't watch it then.
Right.
If you don't want to watch it.
We don't go like deep into the
No.
dark. Like we're not like crazy, like at least not live
No.
anyways. But on here, we're careful.
We are careful, and you use your spells at your own discretion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good night, Tamara. I love you.
We all love you, Tamara.
For the love of Tamara.
But yes, everybody, just so you know, we are going to venture out and do some of those spells. Just if it's meant for you and you need to use it, then you have the information there. It's not something that we are practicing down here on a regular basis, but we have people that do ask us how to do breakup spells, how to do, binding spells, how to do this, how to do that, how to break a curse and stuff. So we're going to bring different ways of doing that stuff so that you guys can learn how to do more protection or learn how to do that stuff in case you do encounter anything like that.
It's all for you.
It's all for
You guys.
You do with it
help
what
us
you want.
pick subjects, because sometimes we're just like at a standstill and we're like, So
Like
if you guys can think of things, let us know. And we'll do it for you.
Yeah, we're always looking for new content and new subject matter. If you guys have a subject matter that we haven't discussed yet, please by all means throw it at us. We'll look at it, dissect it, see if we can do it, and figure
Chances
it out.
are we can. We're just that good.
Yes, we are.
What can I say? I'm the hoot. He's the holler. What can I say? That's how we roll.
Oh, and if you guys are in Ontario, yeah, we are at the Renaissance Fair this weekend in Niagara Falls.
Yes, good times. Everybody's dressed up. Renaissance.
Yes, Renaissance-y. So
Yes.
if you guys want to join us there, I'm there doing readings. Athene will be with me as well. It is, I believe, $20 in advance, $25 at the door. Yep. And yeah, it's supposed to be a good time. I don't know what the weather is going to be like. So
it will be a good time.
It's always going to be
a good time because we'll be there.
We're going to be there. Yes. And then the next one will be in Niagara Falls again, and that will be for Pagan Fest, June 8th. So hopefully we'll see you there. If not, I will see you here next Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ciao for now, witches.
Wait.
Oh.
Don't forget to like and share.
Oh, yes. Don't forget to like, share,
if you just have it in your heart to donate, that'd be great. Because Aurora here uses a lot of goddamn oils and stuff.
And my money. I do. And but I appreciate everything that I do for this channel. I appreciate you guys. I love doing this stuff. I love teaching.
Just liking it and referring is like money in itself.
Is the biggest
it's a donation in itself.
Is the biggest advertisement for me. So I appreciate all of you guys so much. Thank you so much.
Now we will chow.
Now we will chow. Like, share, and subscribe.
Woo!
Bye. Ciao for now, witches.
Bye, witches.
Without getting burned.
Don't burn yourself.
Don't burn